Capoeira has had a very long and rich history, one that is complicated and rhythmic as the art itself. What is now known as a beautiful, acrobatic, melodic, and mystical art surely didn't start out that way. For Mahara, listen well, and I'll tell you the story of Capoeira which you probably don't know of yet. It all started with the Atlantic slave trade. Millions of people were taken from their homelands and were put aboard the very first slave ships and brought to the Americas or the New World, one such as Brazil. There they were forced to do labor for production of sugar, gold, and diamond. Many perished due to abuse, poor living conditions, and various diseases. Respite amongst the enslaved was scarce, but certainly not lost. When night fell, the sound of drumming and dance moves dominated their quarters. These nightly festivals became their temporary escape from the torments of slavery. And many theorized, subsequently became the prototype of capoeira. Over time, that practice transformed itself into a display of skill and dexterity. Capoeira would come to be feared and banned under the penal code, punishable by jail time or lashings. Centuries would pass. Slavery was finally abolished through the signing of the famous Leão, or the Golden Law. Some of the best martial artists at the time would be able to make a living with their skills. One such would be a former captive of the Pantaleão plantation, a boy named Alikio. This boy would grow up to be the most famous capoeira mestre in Santa Amaro and be nicknamed Chiolipio. Chiolipio would move to Capiche de Baixo, where he would become a legend in his own lifetime and be the teacher of the legendary capoeirista, Pisuro Manganga. Pisuro Manganga, or the Magic Beetle, a renowned legend in the capoeira world, was born Manuel Henrique Pereira, a semi-mythical character from Brazilian folklore. He is a celebrated Bahian hero who fought against corrupt police and injustice, using a combination of his unrivaled capoeira skills, malicia, and mandinga. Just like Robin Hood, he was officially a wanted criminal and outlaw. He was really a champion of the people and a freedom fighter. Pisuro ascended to the status of folk legend in Bahia, renowned for his unwavering fight against injustice on behalf of the oppressed and impoverished Afro-Brazilian community. Despite the official abolition of slavery, many workers remained trapped in exploitative conditions, receiving meager compensation in the form of shelter and food, effectively continuing a form of slavery just under a different name. Acting as the enforcers of the powerful landowners, the local police ensured the maintenance of the unjust status quo. Pisuro adamantly opposed these injustices, advocating for fair wages not only for himself but for all local laborers. When plantation owners summoned the police to suppress these uprisings, Pisuro would defy them by employing his extraordinary capoeira skills in its fight for justice. Despite facing overwhelming odds, and often against armed adversaries, Pisuro repeatedly eluded capture, earning his nickname, which likened him to an agile beetle, easily evading capture. His apellido Manganga, derived from an African term denoting a protective spell, believed to render its bearer invincible to harm, provided that they wore a patois, or a magic amulet. Numerous legendary tales similar to this abound throughout Bahia, suggesting Besuro's great ability to elude capture stem from his constant mobility. But tragically, at the tender age of 29, the legendary Pisuro met his demise, fatally wounded and perishing in the streets of Brazil, a victim of treachery and deceit. When Pisuro was gone, the legendary capoeira bloodline lived on in Mestre Cobrinha Verde, or the little green snake. He was Besuro's first cousin, and who was his capoeira student. And much like his cousin before him, Cobrinha Verde was just as much as a troublemaker and an agile, bulletproof capoeirista. Soon he would teach capoeira Angola. He would put up his first capoeira class in Curva Grande, in his academy that he called Academia 2 de Julho, leading him to help another legend, Mestre Bimba. Mestre Bimba would play a very important part in capoeira history. It was because of him that capoeira was legalized, thanks to his performance witnessed by President Getúlio Vargas, which led to giving capoeira respectability in the public eye and changed its image forever. Now that capoeira has been legalized, it was able to grow and flourish throughout the years. Mestre Roque, who was a student of Mestre Cobrinha Verde, would create the group Filhos de Angola and his academy at Morro do Pavalzinho. With his lessons, he was able to share his knowledge of the art to several capoeiristas. But coming from an Angolero tradition, Mestre Roque insists that his capoeira and that of his masters is from the line of Salbento, which is faster than the Angola styles. Mestre Roque represents one of the founding lineages of capoeira contemporânea in Rio de Janeiro. One of his students is Mestre Poeira, who would start a group called Grupo de Capoeira Pantera. Mestre Poeira, above all, is a peace-loving master. He would not speak ill of any of his students and avoided conflict at all costs. Soon he would mentor Mestre Cabeça. Mestre Cabeça graduated as a master and is registered in the Federation of Capoeira of the state of Rio de Janeiro. There he would then be the teacher of the great Grão Mestre Lotar. Mestre Lotar is famous for declaring that capoeira made him strong and healed him from a mysterious medical condition when he was a young boy. At first, he would make fun of capoeira. That is, until one faithful day where he attended a roda led by Mestre Cabeça. Impressed with Mestre Cabeça, he became an avid student and trained karate at day and capoeira at night. Highly skilled in capoeira, Grão Mestre Lotar was known to have battled another legend in the capoeira fight world named Mestre Roque. Grão Mestre Lotar is my teacher. My success in capoeira I owe to my teacher, Mestre Lotar. He has been there from the very beginning, passed on all his knowledge and great techniques, and always encouraged me to test my skills to prove myself. Searching for the toughest rodas to play in, and today, I, Mestre Cicatriz, have given you, my students, my legacy through Kadara Capoeira. We owe everything to our teachers before us, the respect and the great tradition passed on from a lineage of legends. Our capoeira is a journey with a clear vision and well-established values, school traditions and beliefs that are inspired by and molded by the old great capoeira masters and legends who passed down their knowledge from one generation to the next. This is how the great masters have established their legacy and how they shaped capoeira to what we know of it today. Kadara Capoeira serves as a direct, uncut line from the legendary Mestre Besuro Manganga himself. You, the students of Kadara, serve as a living testament to the magic of Besuro, to the greatness of Cobrinha Verde, the efforts of Mestre Roque, the kindness of Mestre Poeira, the contribution of Mestre Cabeça, the determination of Mestre Lotar, and my dedication to the life of capoeira. You are the next pillars of the legacy of this great art. And now that you know the history and the legend, I hope it inspires you to train harder and play capoeira with more pride and energy. For you are the heirs and heiresses of a great legendary capoeira bloodline. Capoeira greatness is in your destiny.
Não deixa a capoeira sair de você. Não deixa a capoeira ir embora. Porque se ela for embora pode demorar pra voltar. Não deixa a capoeira sair de você.